Hi manatees! So it is week 3 of Unit 7. You should have already listened to your unit overview and gotten your lesson on our skills for this week. Now it's time for us to read together Newton and Gravity and An Exciting Day in San Francisco. When we're finished reading this, you are going to read by yourself A Dinosaur Named Sue, and you're going to complete an activity in our Google Classroom about this story. Okay, so let's go back. Follow along with me. You should have your Investigating the Past reading notebook or reading book, out as I read with you. I want you to follow along. I want you to annotate just like we would in the classroom. And I'm going to pause to allow you time to write as we move on. Here we go. So this is a biography. What do you know about a biography? That's right. A biography is a story about a person. So we're going to read Newton and Gravity. Legend tells us that English scientist Isaac Newton once observed an apple falling from a tree. This led him to the idea that a force was made. So let's read together Newton and Gravity. Legend tells us that English scientist Isaac Newton once observed an apple falling from a tree. This led him to the idea that a force made the apple fall down. That force is called gravity. Gravitational pull keeps us on Earth instead of floating into space. When Newton was born in 1642, he was so small, his mother said he would have fit inside a quart mug. As he grew in size, he grew in intelligence as well. Newton is regarded as one of the world's most important scientists. All right, on this section of your book, I want you to record some key details. Now, since it's a biography, I want you to pay attention to the facts. All right, and let's record key details. So record key details. You're going to pause the video. Oh. So give me one key detail and at least one more key detail in the side that has your notes. I'm thinking something factual. All right, is that all finished now? Let's move on. Our next story today is a diary. Now, we know a diary is what? A diary is a personal account, right? It shares thoughts and feelings. These are all things you could write in your notes right here. A diary is a personal account, shows thoughts, feelings, often has a date, and usually it does have a closing and a greeting, much like a letter. So let's read this diary. An Exciting Day in San Francisco. May 27th, 1937. Now when we look at this picture, and the date, that tells us that this account happened what? A very long time ago. So here we are. Let's read. Dear Diary, what an exciting day it has been. The shiny new Golden Gate Bridge opened here in San Francisco. Today, only pedestrians were allowed to cross. I went with Mama and Papa. The cost was 25 cents for each of us to walk across. Thousands of people just like us waited in line. The most exciting part of the day came when we saw our neighbors, Carmen and her sister Minnie Perez, wearing roller skates. They are the first people to ever skate across the bridge. Now they will be in history books. Yours truly, Charles. I want you to write down the vocabulary word pedestrians. So you're going to go to dictionary.com and you are going to look up pedestrians. Okay? I want you to go to dictionary.com and I want you to look up the word pedestrians. Find out what a pedestrian is. Okay? You don't have to use it in a sentence, but I do want you to look it up, and when you're done, you are going to put in the comments, you're going to turn it in a private comment and say what a pedestrian is, and you will get graded on that. Okay? The other thing I want you to do is, it said it cost 25 cents, right? It was 25 cents for, whoops, did I write a 5? There we go. It was 25 cents for Charles, Mama, and Papa to walk across the bridge. So tell me, how much did it cost for them to walk across the bridge? All right, so right after this, you're going to pause. You're going to write a comment, the private comment where you turn in your grades, and you're going to tell me what a pedestrian is and how much it costs for them to walk across the bridge. All right? Pause now and let me know. Okay, did you make your comment and turn it in our Google Classroom? I hope you did. Now you are ready for your independent practice. So, for independent practice, I want you to read to self. And remember, we read our closed reading how many times? That's right, 3 times. So you are going to read the story, A Dinosaur Named Sue. Now this is a journal, so it is going to have some facts, but it is also going to have some personal thoughts and feelings and possibly opinions as well. We have dates for each entry, similar to a diary, but not exactly the same, a little different. We have pictures with captions, so these are called text features. You're going to read this whole story by yourself, okay? Pay very close attention to the details. It's a long story. And we'll stop there. So actually, you can read the whole story, but for today's activity, you're really only going to need to read through page 29. So you'll have the first couple of pages that you need to read, okay? When you're finished with that, you will have an activity to complete in your Google Classroom. You'll just click to add your text. Don't worry about name or date because you'll have one in your own drive. Okay? And notice it only goes up to August 14th. So each page is a journal entry. You are going to write down the key details from the journal entry that you remember, and then you're going to write down the main idea of that entry. Okay? So go back, make sure you have your story out and you're ready to go when you are completing your activity. If you have any questions, make sure you message me in our Google Hangout. All right? Have a great day, Manatees. This assignment is due by Friday at 4 o'clock. Everything has to be completed on Friday. Everything, all work, all of our virtual work. By 4 o'clock so I can complete your report cards. Have a great day.